This is my first vlog of 2016, and what I am going to talk about is my year in review of 2015. As you all know, I didn't do that well in keeping up with my vlogs, and I thought that if I went through my calendars and just kind of went over what happened, we all might get a better view of why my vlogs were not made. I averaged, I think, about 1.2 per month. Where the 0.2 came from, we'll figure out later. But first off, I want to let you know, the big thing on YouTube right now is everybody doing like the Erin Condren planners and stickers and all of that kind of good stuff. And I am so glad, because I have been doing it for years. Not the Erin Condren planner, but the planner that I use is from Orange Circle Studios. This happens to be last year's. And I do use stickers, and I use stamps, and I use my own artistic talent. I do a lot of drawing on my own. And the reason I had started this years ago, I started it about 5 years ago with my stem cell transplant, because I was not capable of coming to my art desk and sitting and drawing and all of that. But one thing that kept me constant was doctors calling and making appointments and giving me information and all that kind of stuff, and I had to keep it straight so Dwayne would know what was going on. And so in the meantime, I started doing my own decorating and drawing, and it kept my artistic juices flowing, because as you know, I am an artist. I do watercolor, mixed media, and I do my best. I've sold quite a few paintings in my lifetime, and there's been times when like Sheldon was young, that I couldn't even lift a pencil to draw a happy face because there was not enough time. So enough about my planner and me saying I was doing it first. I'm sure there's somebody doing it before me, but I have enjoyed it for years, and I'm glad that everybody else is enjoying it. It's just fun. It's fun. And you keep track, and then you can go back and make videos like I'm making. And you can tell people, what you did on January the 5th and who was at your doorstep. So, for the month of January, my home health care agency at that time in 2015 was not the best of the best. I really had a hard time with them. I had 19 visits where they showed up on time. I had 3 no-shows and 3 late visits. Now this is including RN, LPN, and my bath aide. And I will say the bath aide was the one that was consistently a no-show or late. And that is difficult because you need a bath, and yeah, it was so frustrating. The medical procedures that I had done in January. Now, I think this is going to be done in 2 parts. The first half of the year and the second half. Because when I started writing all this down, it was like, holy moly. No wonder my brain doesn't want to remember all of this stuff, because it is a lot. I'm not going to give you particular dates. This is just the month. Procedures, which just require sedation. I had medial nerve branch blocks on my back, and that is a precursor to them finding out If that is going to work, if they can make the nerves numb, then they can go on to the next step, which is a rhizotomy or radio frequency. They call it both things, where they go in and actually burn the tip of the nerves. So, dead nerve, dead pain. No pain, not dead pain. I had those procedures done. I actually had a surgery. I had the removal of the tumor from my paraspinal muscle. It came back benign as a fibromatosis, but I had the most terrifying moment of my life. Going into the surgery, the anesthesiologist gave me the paralytic first. Yeah, everything's paralyzed. Your lung, your diaphragm, everything's paralyzed. And they're sitting there chatting, and I cannot move, cannot scream, cannot do anything. And I just feel all the oxygen going away from my body. I knew I had about 10 seconds left. I was down to that bit to where I was accepting what was happening and praying for Dwayne and him being told that your wife did not make it through surgery. She didn't make it into surgery, let alone through it. They saw me that I wasn't breathing, and I must have been a pretty shade of blue. And I remember them saying, "She's not breathing, get her on the table now." And they threw me over onto the operating table. I remember hitting it. My eyes must have come open because I remember it being red. And that was the last thing. And I woke up. And I woke up thinking, where am I? And I was with a very, very nice nurse. I also had pre-op anesthesia for the surgery. Prior to the surgery, I had that done. Doctor's appointments. I had my rheumatologist. She gave me the results of a brain MRI. Lucky me, found out I had a brain tumor. What a eventful month. I had the follow-up on my medial nerve branch block and a follow-up on the surgery. And we spoke to the doctor. I told him everything that had happened to me. He said when he walked into the room, I was prepped for surgery and nothing was said to him. He said that he would talk to the anesthesiologist and he would get back with us and let us know exactly what is happening. And to this day, that was January 9th, that the actual surgery happened last year. Today is January the 2nd of the next year. We have not heard a response back. And let's see. Also had the follow-up on the surgeries and all of that kind of stuff. We had the event of Dwayne calling 911, and I was unresponsive. I had been having severe spasms, tremors, possible seizures, and then I was unresponsive, and he had to call 911. I can remember him trying to pick me up to get me to the car, but I was limp as a noodle. I could not hold on to him. And he called 911. Next thing I remember is some firemen standing over me, and I'm going, but I'm still not responding well. And I see Dwayne, and I see this terrified look. And I thought, as if I had control of the situation, I will never let this happen again. I will not put my husband through this. Fun stuff in January, not June. Sheldon and Lauren, his girlfriend, they came and we had Interurban for dinner one night. I got my new hot pink wheelchair motorized for in the house. Can't take it out of the house. We don't have ramps, and we don't have a motor transportation for the wheelchair. We had Bible study a couple of times that month, and it's always a good time. It's with a wonderful family. Their kids, I have to say, are the most well-behaved children I have ever met in my life. And it's just a blessing to be around the whole family. And I can be in my hospital bed and everybody's doing Bible study and chit-chatting and everything, and I might be over there falling asleep. But, you know, to hear the word, even though I'm asleep, it's going in my brain. I had IVIG just once in the month of January. I have it every 21 days. And afterwards, I went for my chocolate dip cone. Dwayne always stops and I get a chocolate dip cone, or we stop and I get a frozen yogurt. And also, I got my hair cut and colored that month. Josiah, you're a true blessing. That brings us to February, and I will start out with the good stuff. It was Buddy's 12th birthday. This year he's going to be 13, and also last year was Dwayne's 50th, and this year he's going to be 51. I think we can figure that one out. But it was both wonderful times, and for Dwayne's birthday I had him the most awesome German chocolate cake made. The best of the best of the best I've ever eaten in my life. And let's see, my dad and Sheldon, they come to visit. It's always nice to have visitors. And let's see, we went with Dwayne's sister and brother-in-law and their daughter Tiffany and their granddaughter Peyton. We met them out for dinner at Fur's and enjoyed that. I got Happy Mail from Cindy. I got a box in the mail from Cindy that month. And Jennifer, she brought me over some chocolate chip cookies. She keeps me in chocolate chip cookies. We had an Arctic blast as far as the weather was concerned. We had snow, sleet, ice, and some more snow. And luckily, I think we might have lost our power for an hour or two here or there, but I don't think we ever did without for hours on end or days like a lot of people did. Okay, also I went to Walmart. First time in many years. And I know I keep on looking like an Oompa Loompa. Help me. Doctor's appointments was many in the month of February. Pulmonary doctor, dentist. I had to have 2 crowns. I went for the temporaries and then for the placement. Had a cardiologist appointment, endocrinologist, rheumatologist, and the neurosurgeon, which was a bad experience. You guys can go back. I think I pretty much discussed that in a vlog in detail. You know, he's just the surgeon. He can't explain anything. IVIG and my chocolate dip cone happened again. Each month, Pacific Pulmonary comes and delivers my green tanks for portable, like when we're going to the doctor's office and such. So they do that every single month. Home health care, I had 16 visits that were as scheduled. I had 2 no-shows and 1 late and an assessment. My feet began to swell, and I put on 14 pounds of water weight in a very short amount of time. Procedures, I had the left rhizotomy, radio frequency 4 through 8. And, Valentine's Day, Dwayne had me flowers sent from Trotka's, and that's where our wedding flowers were from. And there's nothing like getting flowers from Trotka's. They're beautiful. So, now we head on to the month of March. And that was loud, was it not? There's just so many things. And in my journal, or all of this good stuff, I also write down, it's my appointments, but I also write down my thoughts. So it is kind of a journal. On the surgeon, on the fibromatosis, I wrote, they did not get clean margins. If return surgery again, we'll watch by doing MRI every 3 months. Feels like a stick in my back where they operated. It was just knobby and it felt hard. It was very uncomfortable. How many surgeries, procedures, MRIs, CAT scans, lab draws, x-rays, yada, 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 can one person take? Each situation gets gradually worse. My pain is getting under better control. I'm tired of being fragile. I'm looking to live. The sun in my hair. I choose life. I want adventures. So, March, doctor's appointments, pain management. I had a refill on my pain pump and a chocolate dip cone afterwards. A urologist, follow up on my rhizotomies. Met with a radiation oncologist on my brain tumor. And also another neurologist, one that might be able, to answer a few questions. Also, my brand new pink wheelchair needed to be repaired. Procedures and such for the month of March. I had my IVIG, and my dear friend Jennifer, who does the chocolate chip cookies, she took me in place of Dwayne having to get off of work and take me. And afterwards, because my infusion lasts all day long, so Dwayne, it's basically, he just misses an hour at the end of the day, and he comes and gets me. And we stopped at Orange Leaf and got the frozen yogurt, and I like a few gummy bears. And Heath Bar, I just want plain frozen yogurt. Birthday cake frozen yogurt is good too. In March, I had to have 5 days of the Rocephin and Benadryl injections. Due to, the UTI. And Benadryl, because I'm allergic to Rocephin, and Rocephin is the only drug that is sensitive to this particular bacteria. I also had my IVIG again, and I met with a neuro-ophthalmologist on my vision and the brain tumor, because remember, my vision will go and turn upside down. And also fun stuff like seeing things move, seeing things in wrong order, seeing 4 people instead of just one of you, just things like that. Home health care that month was here 17 times, and new company, no lateness, no tardiness, which is lateness, and no shows. I started having trouble with my blood glucoses being in the 4 and 500s. Also, one of my dear friends, she was unfortunately here in Oklahoma City in the hospital. But, there's always a bright side to the story. I got to see my friend. I went up to the hospital and visited her a couple of times, but she had pancreatitis, and that is a very, very hard and difficult thing to recover from, and it's a long-term recovery. And she lost so much weight, and she had none to lose. Sheldon came to visit, and Janine and I did a 5K. Yes, we did a 5K run. Yes, she ran, and I was sitting in the wheelchair that she was pushing, but I did participate. And that was a lot for me to get out and to be able to handle that. And although it seems like Janine did all the work, it was hard for me to sit there. I was glad to get my medal. And again, Josiah came and cut my hair and colored it. He's such a blessing. That was March. Let me see what little note I might have written in March. Anything. Somewhere in my heart, I dreamed that living on the Isle of Capri will bring my miracle healing. All things are possible through Christ Jesus who strengthens me. And I still believe that. We just need to move to the Isle of Capri and I am healed. Or to Manhattan Beach, California. And when we were out there this year, or 2015, it was amazing how much easier it was for me to breathe. And you're thinking LA, but it's right dead on the beach where all the fresh air is coming in, blowing all the smog back into the mainland. April. Should we start with the fun stuff? Let's see. Jen brought me some more cookies. And we had Bible study with everybody. Deborah, Randall, and Terry, which is Dwayne's sisters, and brother-in-law, they came to visit us. And Sheldon and Lauren came over for a family dinner. We actually went out of town to Dallas for, I don't think it was a full week, but Dwayne had to go down there and work. So we got to go and enjoy some time. Oklahoma had some severe flash floods, and flash floods are never fun, but we're lucky in the fact that our house sets up at a higher level in the neighborhood, and so everything goes down from our height. We're not getting the runoff. Okay, doctor stuff. I was advised at this point we needed to choose quality over quantity of life. Yeah. My doctor's appointments were with a neurologist, a neuro-ophthalmologist, a rheumatologist, the pain management doctor to get my refill, the dentist because now I had a broken filling, back to the neuro-ophthalmologist for some visual field testing, the ER for some IV Lasix because I gained 22 more pounds of water, and we went twice, And the first time they got 13 pounds of water off me, and the second time 14 pounds of water off of me. And also to my rheumatologist. It looks like I saw her twice that month. The procedures I had that month was a ureteroscope. I had trying to find out about the UTIs, what's causing it. Also, I had a kidney stone. I had my IVIG with orange leaf afterwards. I had an MRI, which I hate MRIs. Wheelchair, repair again. And home health care, I had 8 visits, all on time. And that was the month of April. This leads us to the month of May. And doctor's appointments, radiation oncologist, urologist, neuro-ophthalmologist, pain management, rheumatologist, pulmonary, interventional radiologist, procedures, IVIG done twice that month, emergency room, and then my wheelchair had to be repaired yet again. Home health care made 3 visits. Weathers was tornadoes after tornadoes after tornadoes. I did get my hair cut. We did have Bible study, and Janine came and visit, and Sheldon came to visit. And towards the end of the month, not so good. I ended up in the hospital with urosepsis on May 27th and was in the hospital through June 25th, with the last weeks of those being inpatient physical rehabilitation. And I came out of there stronger than I had been in the last 5 years. And that was May. Yeah, I don't have anything. You can tell, like, when illness prevails, blank pages happen. Yeah, I was too sick to cross my eyes and cross my eyes. Dot my I's and cross my T's. June, it was all hospitalization. They transferred me out so I could receive my IVIG on the 15th. And then I was released on June 25th into my rheumatologist's care. And we had to leave directly from the hospital and go directly to her office. And the rest of the month, Janine brought Bad Barad's barbecue over. And we enjoyed that. In the month of June is my wonderful son's birthday, and he turned 26. And my dad's birthday was also that month. Also, there was Father's Day. And in May, there was Mother's Day. I have no notes of receiving anything for Mother's Day. I have been telling Dwayne there's been a gift that I know has been missing. I think I just found it. Okay. I am sitting here being all cheerful and joyful. And rightfully so. I am living this life to the fullest. I've learned things the hard way, and I've learned things, a few here and there that was easy. But I am in a significant amount of pain. And it is easier for me to smile through it than to sit and cry through it. And you'll be learning more. Right now, this video isn't about what's happening right now, but just know when I'm in a lot of pain, I try to talk my way through it. So when I'm chitty chatty, pain is there. And also the other way to tell pain's there is the frown, the scowl. But all in all, it's going to be taken care of. It's just going to take a matter of time. So this is end of part 1 of my year in review for 2015. This took us January through June. Part 2 will bring us from July through December. Hopefully, well, I know I will wear a different color than orange, so the Oompa Loompiness will not happen, and we can get all my lighting and all that kind of stuff under control, because I did get out my camera, my tripod, my lighting, so we're not sitting here shaking back and forth, so you guys can actually enjoy watching the vlog. So this is it for this time around, guys. Look for part 2 coming soon, and I will see you in the next video.